The Subaru Forester got a facelift for the model year 2022. There's a new front bumper, new headlights and a new grille and a slight technical update. In this video I will have a look into the car, I will detect what's new and of course we start a test drive. I hope you join me. Welcome at Asia Auto Ambassador and welcome to the video review of the Subaru Forester. The Subaru Forester shows a new face. We've got new headlights, a new front bumper and a new grille, and the form of the headlights or the whole face reminds a little bit on the latest Subaru Levorg and WRX. These models, by the way, are not available anymore in Europe but in Japan for the Levorg and in Japan and in the US for the WRX. So there's a new face, there's a slightly modified eyesight assistance system, there are new cameras behind the windscreen. That means that the artificial eyes of the car do have a better look. For the lane keeping assist, for example, that's an update as well. The rest of the car remains unchanged. The Forester measures 4.64 meters in length. Here we've got a car with 18-inch rims in a nice glossy white paint option. The rear side of the car is unchanged as well. We've got the rear lights with black plastics here underneath the rear window and colored silver plastics here in the rear bumper. The tailgate opens electrically. The boot capacity measures 409 liters. There's a removable floor with an additional small storage compartment underneath. That's so small because we have the hybrid technology in here, so we have a battery and battery needs space, of course. So let's talk about the engine. We've got the 2.0 liter boxer engine with 150 horsepower, 110 kilowatts, and the mild hybrid system of the electrified e-boxer, Subaru calls it, also brings an electric motor that has a maximum power output of 12.3 kilowatts, 16.7 horsepower, and an additional 66 Newton meters of torque. That means it supports the petrol engine when you accelerate the car, and according to the brochure, up to 1.6 kilometers, so 1 mile, the car can drive electrically and with up to 40 kilometers per hour. More important is when you drive in a relaxed way with speeds up to 80 kilometers per hour, the petrol engine can be turned off and then the car also can travel very short distances emission-free on a local level. We will start our test drive in a minute, but first we have a check how the seating comfort is in the Forester. If you are looking for a spacious family car, I strongly recommend two Japanese SUVs, the Honda CR-V and the Subaru Forester. My height is 1.92 meters, that's 6 feet 3 inches, and I adjusted the driver's seat into my individual seating position. And as you can see, there is enough space in front of my knees. The feet fit perfectly underneath the seat. The seats themselves here, the bench is quite comfortable. It's high enough so you can sit in a comfortable way. The headrest, however, could be a little bit higher, and due to the panoramic sunroof in our test car, the headroom is slightly limited for tall people. There are two air vents for the rear seat passengers. In this spec version we have seat heating here for the outside seats in the rear as well, and 2 USB power sockets. Mobile devices or other stuff can be stored here at the back side of the backrest of the front seats, and there's an armrest with 2 cup holders, and of course we've got an Isofix kids seats system here, easily accessible. The materials in the door panel are quite nice. I like it. We've got contrast stitching, various plastics in different shapes and colors, and there's only a small bottle holder here in the door panel as well. Let's move further onward into the first row. Both front seats are electrically adjustable here in our test car. They are quite comfortable. Also for your back, the headrest could be a little bit higher, however, and the steering wheel is adjustable manually in both ways. The cockpit of the Forester remains unchanged for the new model here. We've got analog instruments behind the steering wheel and a colored display in between where you can see trip computer information, the current speed and so on, and we've got the information of the driving assistance systems. There's a small hole here that almost looks like a head-up display, but here we've got small LEDs in there, and when the lane keeping assistant warns you that you are about to leave the lane, a red light flashes and the light will be projected onto the windscreen. That's quite clever. In the center console we've got an additional display here on the top where you can also find the trip computer information. Here we've got the energy, the hybrid system energy flow, then the driving assistance as well, all-wheel drive information for off-road driving. We've got permanent all-wheel drive here. Of course, Subaru calls it symmetrical all-wheel drive because of the Boxer engine, and some further information for sat-nav and audio systems. The 8-inch display is standard equipment. That's a touch screen, but also you have physical buttons for all the menu points and a home button. Android Auto and Apple CarPlay can be used via a USB connection, not wirelessly, unfortunately. So that's all very easy and intuitive, as well as the control panel for the air condition and seat heating for driver and passengers are here as well. That's the gear shifter. We've got CVT automatic transmission here. This is common for Subaru drivers, of course. And here is the all-wheel drive, the X mode system. You've got different driving modes for driving in snow, in mud, for example, and in dirt. And what's new for the new model here is the hill descent control that doesn't need to be activated with a button. The system detects when you go downhill at lower speeds, and then the hill descent control starts automatically. We won't go downhill now, but we will start our test drives on public road. Let's go. Now we are on tour with the 150 horsepower 4-cylinder engine. I will now accelerate from 50 to 100 kilometers per hour, full throttle. Of course, you do hear the engine. We've got a CVT automatic transmission. That means the rev comes up to 6,000 and the car accelerates. The typical Forester customer driver is driving the car in a more relaxed way, I guess, and then you can really enjoy the comfort of the car, the suspension, the seats. It's all quite nice, quite comfortable, and ready also for long distance traveling. The driving assistance can be switched on here at the steering wheel, so you push the button and now the car holds the speed and the distance to the car in front of us if there was any car, and the lane keeping assist tries to keep the car in the middle of the lane. That works sometimes, sometimes not, and this relaxed driving suits perfectly to the overall style of the Subaru Forester. The fuel consumption is 8.5 liters per 100 kilometers in my driving routine, which is okay. Could be a little bit lower, but overall I quite like driving in the Forester. The Subaru Forester was, is and remains a good choice for people who are looking for family SUV with a lot of space and towing capacity. It can tow up to 870 kilograms, by the way. The fuel consumption is average. I achieved 8.5 liters per 100 kilometers. The car offers a relaxed, comfortable driving comfort, and you have to adapt that, and then I guess it won't take too long that you get friends with the Subaru Forester. Here in Europe, unfortunately, we don't get the turbo engine that will definitely bring a little bit more power and punch into the Forester, of course, but due to our CO2 regulations, we have to stick with the electrified boxer engine, which does a good job here in the car, as I just mentioned. Thanks for watching this video, and I hope to see you soon here at Asia Auto Ambassador. I hope that you comment the video, you share it with friends, you watch it again, you subscribe to the channel, and I hope that you also search for and follow Asia Auto Ambassador on Instagram. See you next time. Thank you. Bye-bye.